Hey, this is David McBee, the loose cannon, and we are here at Bomber Stadium. The Tornadoes just came away with a historic 20-8 victory that's almost secured them home field advantage. But tonight was a very special night because we have a guest, Jason Hurley, with Red 6-3 Productions out of Northwest Arkansas, who was filming the game all night and is actually producing a documentary about the Arkansas Tornadoes. Nice to meet you, Jason.
Nice to meet you. How you doing?
Now tell us a little bit about, why the Arkansas Tornadoes?
I've always been kind of a football nerd. I like weird indoor football leagues. I even watch Canadian football because I guess I'm part Canadian inside. But I looked at the Tornadoes at one of their preseason games. They had such great support, people behind them. They looked pro. They had great merchandise, and it just seemed odd that they were a first-year team to be this together, and when you look at them in comparison to some other teams that are in the CFLD, they're just... I lost my words there.
That's all right. Well, and Jason, you mentioned, Mountain Home. You are actually from this area. I know you moved over to Northwest Arkansas where you're out of now, but you're actually from this area. So knowing we have a semi-pro team here in your area that you grew up in, I mean, that's got to be cool to come back here and film this tonight.
Yeah, a friend of mine actually is on the Tornadoes, and I talked to him one day, and he said, "Yeah, I signed up for a football team. I'm going to play football." And I said, "What? Like, you going to ASU?" And I didn't know about it. And he said, "No, there's a team here in Mountain Home, and we're all getting together." And he named some people off, like Bobby, and I was like, "Yeah, that sounds like you guys are bringing together an interesting team full of a wide range of ages." And when I was talking to him, he spoke to me about a few injuries that he had, and I was like, wow, doesn't that affect your job, And I was like, how are you going to make money if you break your hand or, break your leg? And so, once I spoke to him and kind of understood why he wanted to play, I was just really curious about the rest of the team, and I wanted to speak to him to see, like, what makes them want to play? What makes them want to come out here and hit people, put on pads, pay their own hotel room to go out of town to play games and buy their own gas, I mean, there has to be something inside them that makes them want to do this. And so I said, I just need to grab the camera, go out here and shoot the last home game, take an opportunity, sit down and talk to some of the guys and get to know them and get to know why that they're so engaged in this activity. Even when you're 37 and if you break your hand, you can't swing a hammer, you can't make any money, So I just had to know more.
Well, there's a lot of great stories with this team, and two, not only is there some great stories with these everyday average Joes going out and laying it on the line and, living their dreams in football, but also this is a team now that has a legitimate shot at winning a DCFL championship. So some great stories going in here. Now when can we expect to maybe get to see this documentary? Because I got to tell you, I'm excited. I want to see this thing.
It'll be in post-production for at least 2 weeks, and then I'm going to sit on it for a while and probably make several changes. So it's probably 2 to 3 weeks, and just pop it on YouTube. It'll be another one of the Out in the Ozarks episodes, and it'll probably be 30 to 45 minutes, just depending on how I'm able to meld the footage together and how the narration works out. So.
Well, I'll tell you, all of us here at Sports Talk is McKinney, we are excited. We want to, see this video when it comes out. We're going to do what we can to share it because it is an incredible story. We really appreciate you coming back home to Mountain Home and with your Red 6-3 Productions. And real quick before we go, you got to tell us, Red 6-3, what's the story behind that? How'd you come up with that name? Because that is an interesting name.
Actually, a friend of mine, he had a big red 63 Dodge Polara, and that thing was just a big, beautiful boat with bullet headlights, and it just had like a classic look, and we just call it Red 63 for short. And I was going to make a logo, and I was looking through some pictures and trying to think, what we were going to call the production company, and I came across a picture of his car, and I said, man, that is it. So Red 6-3.
Well, I'll tell you what, maybe you should do a documentary on you, because I tell you, we could probably talk all night. You got some very interesting stories. Great to have you come back to Mountain Home. Great to have you a part of the Arkansas Tornado family, because now that you've been here and you filmed, you're part of the family.
I know. I saw the shirt. Once you're in, your family.
Oh, you got to get a shirt. You're not wearing a tornado shirt. You got to talk to Eddie about that.
Well, I felt if I got a shirt, I'd be almost playing favoritism. I didn't think the other team would talk to me. So, so I decided to wait till after the game, and now I'm going to hit Eddie up.
Well, I'll tell you what, game's over now, so I'm sure Eddie can hook you up, and really appreciate you again. And, great night for the Tornadoes, and we're looking forward to, next week they go on the road on the 30th. They're going down to Russellville to play the Arkansas Raptors, and right now we're looking at a May 7th playoff game for the Arkansas Tornadoes. Maybe you have to come back and film some more, maybe a road to the playoffs, road to the championship for the Arkansas
road to the
Tornadoes.
Championship. I'll just grab the camera and fill up the tank.
All right, well, we appreciate your time, and have a safe trip back to Northwest Arkansas.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.